Sports Social is live on Empire Radio 102.1 FM, second installment of the show for today, Wednesday, the third day in the month of December, year 2025. Here to preach the gospel of sport to you for the next 50 minutes. Talk of the in-swingers, the lancer passes, the slams, and the dunks. All of the amazing stories making the rounds in the ever-exciting, ever-dynamic, and sometimes controversial world of sport. Bringing it to your listening pleasure this evening right here on the show. This is Sports Up Show on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Without further ado, we'll go straight into the top stories for you this evening. Just so you know, last night, the Nigerian Football Federation, alongside the coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Eric Sekuchele, released the list of the players that will be perusing the African Cup of Nations. That will be starting on the 21st of this month. 54-man preliminary is what they call it, with a bit of experience and also a mixture of newbies as well. It's been said that 5 home-based players will be among the players that might be making the cut towards the whole tournament as a whole. One thing about Nigerians, lists like this would make you want to say a whole lot of things. Of course, it's going to spark a bit of reactions from different corners, and also different fans saying different things concerning that particular list that was dropped yesterday. On the show this evening as well, we'll be looking to feel your pulse. We'll be looking to hear from you as well. What is your take on that particular 54-man preliminary squad by the Super Eagles of Nigeria's coach Eric Sekuchele? Note that a couple of other African countries have released their final 23-man squad. Don't forget that. The likes of Congo, the likes of Cameroon, the likes of Mali, the likes of South Africa, all of these nations have released their final 23-man squad. But as it is now, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will still be trimming this list. 54. Of course, we'll be having just 28 by the time they'll be releasing the final provisional man squad for that particular tournament. So much to talk about, so much to look into concerning the Super Eagles of Nigeria on the show today. And also we'll take you to Europe. It's a 3-man race in the world of Formula 1. 2 McLaren, 1 Red Bull. And the man from Red Bull, you already know, Mad Max, does his things in the MAD way, because how he's been able to find a way around it with 10 races to go this season, it was nowhere near the top 3. But things changed all of a sudden, and right now, he's number 2. I think there's just 3 points between himself and the person who is third. That's talking about Oscar Piastri. So anything can still change. He might still be having a shot at the person who is currently number 1. That's talking about Lando Norris. I will talk more about how the season is going to be ending in the world of Formula 1 this season. Because trust me, it's a 3-man race to the final battle. And I tell you, it's been a long time we've seen something like this happen in the world of Formula 1, having 3 men jostle for the championship. It's been a long time coming. Nobody even expected that this is going to be happening this season. But I tell you one thing for free, that is exactly what's happening in the world of Formula 1. After the Qatari Grand Prix, a lot of things looks like it is going to be changing. And in the football world in Europe, we saw a couple of matches that were played yesterday night. Like I mentioned to you on the show this morning, this is December, and the games are going to be coming thick and fast. For some teams, they can play as much as 2-3 games in the space of 10 days. That's how December usually is. Then we'll go straight into January, when we'll be having the cup competitions that will also be staging across the top European leagues as well. All of this and many more we'll be talking about in the course of the show this evening. This is Empire Radio 102.1 FM, and you got me, Ayodeji Ajiboye. I am your host on the show today. You can join us right there on our Facebook fan page at Empire Radio 102.1 FM, also streaming live on YouTube channel at Impact 102.1 FM. I'll not be doing this alone on the show today. I've got my men from the Games Village, who together we'll be looking to dissect all of the hot topics and take you through the nitty-gritty of all of the major stories in the world of sport. Good afternoon to you. Did I say afternoon again? Good evening to you, Cyril. Welcome to Sport Hub.
Good evening. Hey, why it's good to be here again. Good evening, Waris. Also, it's good to also see you again. It's been a while on this side, so it's good to be here again talking sport at this point in time. So many things to unpack from the games, that took place in the English Premiership last night.
Yep.
The ones we are looking forward to today and from other leagues as well. Like you talked about also the Formula One also going down the wire.
Going straight down to the wire.
Like you said earlier, we haven't seen this in a long time.
In a very long time.
It's going to be an interesting race come this weekend as well. So many things to unpack also, and it's good to be here also.
Quickly, so many things to unpack. I'll be looking to do that together in the course of the show this evening. I also got Warid with me in the studio. Good evening to you, Warid.
Good evening to all our listeners. Good evening. It's actually nice to be back here. And we have met the last time I think I was here it was during the qualifiers. That's World Cup qualifiers.
We're not going to talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria together. The gist is that I went on leave. I mean, I think it was 2 days to that particular game, and I don't know. I thank God I was not here because
that particular week was everywhere first blow for Nigeria because everywhere was dark.
Why you said everywhere first blow?
The Super Eagles disappointed us that particular international window, and now AFCON 18 days to go. I've seen a lot of people saying that the Super Eagles should use this one to kind of apologize to win Nigerians by winning the AFCON, but we are going to see how that pans out because I don't know why. By now, we are releasing 54-man professional list. That only happens in Nigeria.
I said at the start of the show this evening, other serious countries, serious contenders, South Africa, Congo, Democratic Republic, Mali, Cameroon, all of these countries have dropped their final 23-man squad. But we have to go all the way to 54.
We have to do things differently in this part.
One thing about it, because I later heard from people, that's people insiders like Ogala Media, I said Excel has released its 28, but NFF, people running our football. By now, I already said after the World Cup qualifiers, all the World Cup shenanigans that happened, that these people, they are not taking responsibility for what happened. They are still running our football the way it should not be run. And by the end of the day, let us see how that will pan out.
They are not serious.
Because CAF now have released a statement that 10 days to the competition.
All clubs should release the players. I mean, I feel like it's not just CAF now, it's even FIFA who are showing more interest in AFCON other than the way we normally see it in the time past. I mean, before now, even some teams will still be dragging with some of their players that look you cannot even travel if it's not like 2-3 days to the start of your country's football. We saw it happen. I mean, the last AFCON. With Onana. Even with the last AFCON, I think it was Liverpool and Georgian club who felt the backlash of a lot of Africans when it came out to say that the AFCON is not a big tournament and the players will not, you will not release players as at the time when you ought to release them.
I know, and FIFA has come out to clear that by December 15th, clubs should release players participating at the AFCON tournament. And let's say that to pan out because I expect Nigerians to particularly do well because with us not going for back-to-back. I'm still in pain. I don't know whether the players are feeling the pains that we Nigerians.
Worried. You want to hear the truth from me? You need to ew. Please, I mean, let's move on with our lives. The world is not going to end. I mean, talk about the likes of other European countries, the likes of Norway. Norway are just going back to the World Cup after 28 years. I mean, we've seen the likes of Italy also miss out on back-to-back World Cups. Italy are even more of a footballing nation than Nigeria.
We don't have to put ourselves in that particular situation because look at the group we were. We had the opportunity of qualifying automatically. But God gave us a second chance. He had us a second chance to qualify
through the playoffs.
And we're not able to utilize that opportunity.
I mean, it looks like Congo are definitely going to be making it to the World Cup because you can see the route. They're playing Bolivia, playing.
It's quite bad. But what we are excited about is that AFCON is starting this year.
All right.
We're
setting the show in motion already with talks coming through from the home front and as regards the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Just so you know, and in case you're tuning in right about now, this is Sports Option 9 Power Radio 102.1 FM. And we're going through stories making the rounds in the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and sometimes controversial world of sport. Like what I mentioned, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, the coach Eric Sekechele released the 54-man squad. For a lot of football enthusiasts, they are particularly happy with a couple of names, like likes of Rihanna Lebios of Blackburn Rovers who made the cut, and a couple of other home-based players. Like 5 of them also made it to the 54-man list. Even if at the end of the day, we might not be seeing any of them, but yeah.
Don't say if none of them will make the list. Let's be sincere here, and because these players, this particular list are not the best that we have in the league. That is why I just say this list was just a list that was just drawn randomly. And this is something regular because the likes of Akot, I don't know Akot.
Ebenezer Akot, yeah.
I don't know why we are even inviting 5 because these players are not going to be in camp for. Assuming it was like a long period that we have these players in camp.
Yeah, but the camp is just like 2 weeks because the tournament is 18 days away, like you mentioned, and I am sure that by 20th or by 19th they will be looking to fly the players out of the country already because there needs to be a bit of familiarization with the Moroccan weather before the tournament kicks off. Because I tell you for free, some players are going to get sick when they get to Morocco. Because the weather is different.
It's different, and they will have to adapt to it. They will have to adjust.
Yeah, adaptation to the weather right there in Morocco. Well, so much to talk about, so much to look into concerning Super Eagles of Nigeria. But away from that, right about now, we think thoughts coming through from other sports on the show. Before we go straight into talks from the world of football on the European scene, because a couple of epic matches went down over the last couple of hours. Away from that, right now. Let's take a stop in the world of Formula 1. Like I rightly mentioned at the start of the show, where will the Formula 1 title be won and be lost in the 3-way fights that we are currently seeing? Like I mentioned, it's been a long time we've seen something like this happen. Like
2010. That was the last time we had.
Over a decade ago.
Yes, that's 1.5 decade. Because 15 years.
Yeah, that's 15 years.
Yes, 1.5 decade.
And we are saying it this particular year, and if care is not taken, it might be a familiar name who at the end of the day will be going on to win a 5th title in a row.
Yes, I quite agree with you because even Max Verstappen said it after the
Qatari Grand Prix.
He said that the reason why he's in this position is that the McLaren drivers have not taken the advantage and they have kind of faltered when it comes to securing or winning the drivers' championship. We're talking about Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. As at August, a lot of people were already giving it to Oscar Piastri. He had won 7 races.
If anybody, even if it's someone who sees the future, told me that Max Verstappen is going to be in the mix, I would have poked the person in the face like, look, bro, what are you saying?
Himself was saying the Qatar Grand Prix, he was not looking to win that particular, but he was given the opportunity. After the Sao Paulo Grand Prix, that Lando Norris won, I said it was over. Because at that point, it was a 42-point gap between
first and second.
But all of a sudden, we saw at the Las Vegas Grand Prix, both McLaren drivers were disqualified due to them breaking the rules.
Now, it brings me to the question. You know, I think at the start of the season or when they were having this amazing run, I think we discussed this. Was it at the Singaporean Grand Prix when the 2 of them first had an issue? And then the team's management were like, okay, we don't have a favorite driver. Let anyone who's driving drive. There's no number 1, number 2 driver. I knew this was going to bring a bit of bad blood. Let's not lie, we are humans.
And it was clear the last race because the strategic decision that the McLaren team made was kind of in favor of Lando Norris of
Oscar Piastri.
Because at the time
he's going to feel bad. Look, it's a different thing if you are told Oscar that, look, you are a second driver. Or you have told Lando, like, look, you are second driver or our lead driver, rather. But you just leaving them to, humans are very difficult to manage.
And it's going to cost them because now I'm saying because I saw the news that they are going to have a meeting regarding what will happen in this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. But I'm saying that at the end of the day, they will have to tilt towards a certain driver who has the advantage at the stance, Lando Norris.
Yeah, because it's currently
now he has to have a podium finish in order to secure. If he finish even though Max Verstappen wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, what Lando Norris just has to do is have a podium finish. Then he will win the Drivers' Championship at the stand. Like Eddie pointed out, and also he said that it has been a long period of time. And the last time we had this particular situation was in 2010 when we had Fernando Alonso, Mark Webber, and also Sebastian Vettel. At that point, Alonso was leading Mark Webber with 8 points and 15 points with ahead of Sebastian Vettel. Till the last day in Abu Dhabi, it was all played down that Sebastian Vettel won that particular Drivers' Championship, and that started his own era of dominating the F1 because that particular race, Alonso finished 7th while Mark Webber finished 8th, and Sebastian Vettel, who won that particular Grand Prix, ended up winning the Drivers' Championship. And this is the closest we have had since 2021.
Look, it's just 12 points between the first and the second, which is something that you can get with just that final race. And that's why I'm banking on the fact that I'm not going to be surprised if at the end of the day, Max Verstappen goes ahead to win that 5th consecutive drivers' title.
No, we don't have to overlook what's Verstappen, because the reason why he's in this position is because of his Max Verstappen. He has won 4.
Okay, I did being another driver.
A lot of people will not put a lot of hopes, but this is Mad Max. This is why it's called Mad Max. Like I said, as at August, he had only won 2
Grand Prix, yes.
All of a sudden, from August to this particular moment, now is in the mix of getting the Drivers' Championship. What he has to do, win that particular Grand Prix and hope that Lando Norris finish outside the podium. Then he's going to win the Drivers' Championship for this particular F1 season.
Well, as it is now, you can say maybe Oscar Piastri is no longer in the mix.
Oscar Piastri, he has to
pray. There's a bit of 4 points between Oscar and Max.
Yes, he has to pray that. He has to pray for the downfall of his teammates and also Max Verstappen, because now a lot of people are not looking at Oscar Piastri. Both of them have to have a bad race. Talking about Verstappen and Lando Norris before he can get into that mix of winning the Drivers' Championship. He is currently lagging behind when it comes to the title race.
I tell you one thing for free, and that's the fact that we've had an amazing Formula 1 season this particular year, 2025. All of the races have been serving it to us in its full glory, and we are taking it to the final race of the season. Now, who wins it? We're taking it home next weekend. We'll be right here to talk more about it. Formula 1 season this year, I tell you, with a bag of surprises, and no one definitely saw this particular one coming. Still the sports option on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Don't forget, you can get interactive with us on the show this evening, 0907-224-5018. It's a special edition of the show today, because today, Empire Radio 102.1 FM is marking its 3rd year anniversary of broadcasting excellence, educating, informing, and also entertaining you, our dear listeners out there. We say thank you for rocking with us in the last 3 years. There's no us without you. Don't forget, because we are because you are, and you are because we are. The sports talk show continues right about now. Quickly, let's take a bit of updates coming through from the world of basketball. Some amazing stories to share with you from the NBA spheres right there. Just so you know, it is always going to be changes every now and then in the world of basketball. And in the last couple of days, we are already seeing it. It is very much different from the way we started out the season to what we are currently experiencing in the NBA.
Because NBA is one sport that you don't know what will happen in the
next game.
And with the only team that is a bit consistent is the Oklahoma City Thunder. They have won 21, just lost 1 this particular season. So they kind of stopped where they started from where they stopped last season. So yesterday they had a game against the Golden State Warriors where they won 124 to 112. It was a good outing for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now they are the 4th team to, in terms of the first 22 games, having a good record, 21-1. The first time.
I don't think we can call that a good record. We should say a perfect record.
A perfect record, because there's a certain team that did 22-0 after 22 games. It was the Golden State Warriors 2017. So that is what they are kind of surpassing. The only game they have lost was against the Portland Trail Blazers, and since then they have won 13 consecutive games in a row, and they continue from where they stopped last year. This particular game overnight, I was able to follow the games. At some point, you were ahead with 20 points. The Golden State Warriors kind of fought back, but at the end of the day, class does shoot. The reason why a lot of people rated these Golden State Warriors, he showed. SGA doing what SGA does.
Knows how to do.
He got 38 points, and he's the second player after Will Chamberlain to score 20 plus points in 94 consecutive games to show how the reason why he won the MVP last season. He has continued with that kind of performance this season.
All right. I mean, so much to talk about, so much to look into on the show this evening. I'll be taking it in quick bits and also in pieces. Away from the world of NBA right about now, let's go straight into the world of football. Don't forget to get interactive with us. 0907-224-5018 right there on WhatsApp, and maybe a regular text message. You can as well call us up into the studio. We'll be more than willing to hear from you. 0907-224-5018. We're streaming live on our YouTube channel at impact 102.1 FM. Well, from that story now, let's quickly take reactions from the games that were played last night. I'll start from the world of the Spanish La Liga. Away from the fact that La Liga itself is said to be making a whole lot of money from last year to this year. That's talking about from the visuals and also some audio visuals that they are getting money from. On the pitch of play, things are rapidly changing in the Spanish La Liga too. Because before the El Clasico, Real Madrid were leading with about 5 points, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And El Clasico was
after the El Clasico, it was
5 points. Yes. And El Clasico was in October. Yes. This is December. How has things changed overnight that now we are now saying Barca with a 5-point lead at the top of the Spanish Liga after that 3-1 win against Atletico Madrid last night? I've got a Real Madrid fan here, and I'll put him on the spot straight away. What's happening? So Xabi, Vini.
I think there has been so many unrest in the Real Madrid dressing room to start with. The issue it started from the Clasico. My point of view, though, I guess it started from the Clasico, the situation between Vini and Lamine Yamal. And but I'm even talking about internal. Internal issue between Vini and Xabi. When he was substituted in that match, the tantrum he was throwing after the game, and I thought they settled it because a day after they released a statement that the issue had been resolved, that Vini eventually apologized to the player, but it wasn't stated if he actually apologized to the coach as well. We are only told he only apologized to the players, to his teammates, and the main person you have the issue with.
Did you say anything to him?
He didn't say anything to him. So I feel that rancor is still in between. And for Xabi Alonso, he has to tread carefully because this Real Madrid team has got too many big egos. Yes. These are players that has direct contact with the president.
With Florentino Perez. And you know one thing about Real Madrid and their signings is the fact that it's done directly by the president.
So Xabi Alonso has to tread carefully if he wants to succeed. He has to win the players on his side as well. And again, also the pattern of play, the formation. Xabi Alonso hasn't started to the same starting 11 in back-to-back match since he took over Real Madrid. So the tactics as well is not something that the players are in line with as well. They want to play their free-flowing football. But Xabi wants structure. He wants the team to play with structure. But they are not in line with that structure.
So in your own opinion now, the real reason why we are seeing Real Madrid in this position that they are in now, they will play later tonight against Athletic Club. But even though whether or not they win the game, Barca are still going to be having at least 3 points lead. Because don't forget, Barca still has a game in hand.
No.
Or is it Madrid that has a game in hand?
Yeah. Okay. The game they are playing tonight.
Just start what you say, and we shall quite agree. Alonso is coming into this team to kind of stamp his authority. He's coming into the team like an authoritarian, where you know that these players, there are a lot of egos. We have Mbappe, we have Vini, and if you are looking at these players, what they have done in time past, you just have to kind of look for a way to balance things. That's just it. But it's not working. The reason why Real Madrid are in this current position, they are Barcelona at the top of the table, is because of the last 3 matches that Real Madrid has played in La Liga has been drawn. We have Real Vallecano, they drew that particular match. Elche, the last time match was against a struggling Girona side, played out the 1-1 draw. Now going into this game is a tough game because Atletico Club Bilbao are a tough not to crack, because it's going to be a difficult task for Xabi Alonso, and he has to look for a solution to what is happening at the Real Madrid side. Because if you give Barcelona the opportunity to ride on, then definitely they will create.
They are ready to win the league.
And Barcelona are not the best of team, because it just shows that they are a team that they can be exploited. But when the other teams are slacking, they definitely you give Barcelona the more opportunity to go on and really defend their league title.
Well, not too good news from Barca fans because it's been said that Dani Olmo is now going to be out for almost a month once again. It's been said that he dislocated his shoulder in the game last night against Atletico Madrid. He was said to have fallen awkwardly in that particular challenge against Atletico Madrid goalkeeper Jan Oblak. Before we move away from the Spanish La Liga, we'll still go back to Real Madrid game, the game against Athletic Club tonight. The only thing that can maybe salvage Real Madrid's season is from tonight, because I don't expect that, just like Warid mentioned, they allow Barca to have a huge point gap at this point in season. Because by January, if Barca is having like 5 point, 7 point gap, it might be very difficult to match up with.
Yes, that's just it. And the return of the likes of Rafinha and Lewandowski has given that Barca squad a huge boost. And now we are seeing the effect of those two players in that particular team. Barcelona defensively, they are not the best, but attacking wise, we know what damage they can cause. And Real Madrid has to look for a solution. Earlier on in the season, we saw them, it was more on relying on Mbappe's brilliance. Now, Mbappe's brilliance is not that good enough for them to actually win games. So they have to look for a solution. The likes of Vini, the likes of Adagula. And I don't think that they have those players who can just come into the moment and change games. Because we know that Real Madrid are a team that, in terms of pedigree, yes, they are there. But when it comes to this particular season, they have been struggling in a lot of games. And we saw it earlier at the start of the season, but we kind of overlook it because they were getting some popular results. But now we are seeing the side effect, the effect of what was happening at the start of the season. Now it's causing them to drop points against teams they are not supposed to be dropping points against.
Well, hopefully they're able to pick the maximum points against Athletic Club later tonight. The Real Madrid fan here is not even sure of whatever it is that is going to happen in that particular game. He just wants us to just leave Real Madrid alone right now.
The last time Real Madrid traveled to San Mamés, it was a loss.
I can see from his expression.
And funny enough, it was also it was a midweek match. The last time Real Madrid traveled to San Mamés.
So it's not looking good for Real Madrid tonight.
It's not even looking good as well. So
alrighty, Sports Social Life Radio 102.1 FM. Don't forget, we're streaming live on our YouTube channel at Impact 102.1 FM and can be a part of the show. Get interactive with us. 0907-224-5018. A couple of other matches we played in the Spanish Copa del Rey later tonight. Some teams action in that particular one, and also we'll be having games in the Italian Coppa Italia round of 16 matches, and I'll be involved in the likes of Atalanta. We'll get to that place. But before then, let's make a stop in the English Premier League. It was a 9-goal thriller yesterday night, and something that was almost going to eclipse an amazing day for Manchester City. When I mean eclipse an amazing day, I mean the likes of Erling Haaland getting on the score sheet, achieving that landmark of 100 goals. And as if that's not enough, Phil Foden also, I mean, we saw a spark in Phil Foden that we've seen in a very long time.
Long time, exactly.
Imagine had Manchester City not won that game last night, we'll not be talking about all of these things.
You know what?
The only thing we'll be talking about is the heroics of Fulham.
You know what? What he said, Guardiola said this in his post-match conference that as at 5-1, the stories that the journalists would have written is that City are back. City are back.
True that.
All of a sudden, with that kind of comeback,
from 5-1 to 5-4,
he said that the journalists would say that and write another.
I feel like Fulham ran out of time. Had it been they had 10 minutes in that game, I think maybe it would have been different.
Exactly, which I quite agree with you, because City defensively this season, and the reason why I've been saying that Arsenal will win the league is because of this City side are not the City side of 3 or 4 years ago. 4 seasons ago. You can see that teams are going to each 2 games now, seeing that we can actually hurt this City side. The last time during the weekend was against Leeds. You could see that Leeds, at some point, City were ahead in that particular game, 2 goals to 0. Leeds fought back. But it just took a moment of brilliance for Phil Foden to actually give them the 3 points. And yesterday, it was in total hands of City. But all of a sudden, and it was a good outing for Nigerians.
Especially Samuel Chukwueze.
True that. I was actually happy with Chukwueze.
I mean, I saw a post where someone said, Samuel Chukwueze, I was not familiar with your game, and I'd be like, really? I mean, he's a big game player. Chukwueze is always a big game, especially when it was at Villarreal. Yeah. Put him against Barca, put him against Real Madrid, he's going to shine bright.
That's just crazy. We know that he has the potential.
But why did not do that against Congo?
Not all of the players need to be punished. All of the players need to be punished. Well, that's the thing about Chukwueze. The potential is there, but the consistency from the player is what is the problem. And it was a good outing, like you already said. Haaland achieved that landmark.
Yeah, 100 goals in 111 matches.
Look at the likes of Alan Shearer, the likes of Thierry Henry, Kun Aguero, and Harry Kane that he surpassed. None of them were able to achieve that landmark
in less games.
And we are seeing a beast in the Premier League. If you are going by this metric, by this ratio, then it will be a record in less games in terms of getting the total all-time goal scoring record in the Premier League.
Yeah, which is 260. Another Shearer's record to be
broken. He broke the highest goals in a Premier League season.
Yeah,
36 goals. That's in his first season. Now the landmark 100 goals. Now he'll be looking to add more records to his.
True. All right, away from that story right now, still taking thoughts coming through from the English Premier League. Last night as well, we saw Tottenham Hotspur in action yesterday against Newcastle United. Christian Romero scored with the head, scored with an amazing volley to grab a point for his team in that particular game last night. As if that's not enough, 2-2 it ended. Another team that is like on an amazing run right now is Everton. Yeah. Yeah. And then Jack Grealish had to give them the 3 points from their game last night.
I think Jack Grealish is actually enjoying his slow move at Everton because at Manchester City, though his first season it was good for Manchester City, but he fell out with Pep Guardiola at some point. So
do you think it was falling out with Pep Guardiola, or it was really not?
It was caged at Man City. He was caged.
Maybe he was caged, but he was actually playing to instruction with Pep Guardiola.
Hey, that's it. That's it.
Yes, and Jack Grealish that I know I have always won this freedom from his days at Aston Villa. So he's actually in love with it at Everton, and it's actually paying off for Everton at this point in time also.
Everton are the big winners in this particular one. If you also want me to add my 2 cents to it, because through that 1-0 win at the Vitality Stadium last night against Bournemouth, 1-0 that particular one. And let's go straight into a couple of matches that will be going down later this evening. Arsenal right there at home against Brentford. Brentford, we knew exactly what they did to Arsenal last season. Can they be putting up a bit of surprise against Arsenal? Don't forget that Arsenal themselves are a team to play.
Look, Arsenal is a must-win for them. If they don't want to pursue the league this time around, this is an important game for them because now City is closing in on Arsenal. Just 2 points that separate City and Arsenal. Yeah. So Arsenal, so they have a good record against Brentford. Since that season opener, that's when Brentford got promoted. That they defeated Arsenal. Arsenal have gone only 7 games unbeaten on against Brentford. They have just only considered 2 goals at home this season. One thing I have to give a lot of credit is that Arsenal are a team that is difficult for you to score against them. But in recent times, you have seen them to concede because at some point, it was not in the month of October into November, he did not concede any goal. Even short or target.
In the English Premier League, in the Champions League.
So Arteta must win games like this are the games that you have to just